celebrate the Astros game. We don't know if we're celebrating yet, but we're able to have a watch party and enjoy the game. It's still 1-0, so we'll see what happens. And we were able to even stop. Everyone was able to put it aside, stop watching the game, and learn some Torah, and hopefully in the merit of our learning, the Astros will win. So, and of course, Partners in Torah will always continue as normal, like every week. And I am very excited to introduce our speaker tonight. Steve Finkelman has been coming to Partners in Torah for a while now, and he was very gracious to offer to speak. So we're looking forward to hearing what he has to say.
And other speakers are welcome to.
Other speakers are always welcome to come. Let me know. I have a calendar. I'll put you in.
Actually, I'm kind of glad that it's a low turnout tonight, so we'll see, for my benefit. So I'd like to talk tonight about the topic of gratitude. And I want to begin with an introduction with the article that I recently read by Derek Carpenter, who I presume is not Jewish by his name. It's titled "The Science Behind Gratitude and How It Can Change Your Life." So I'm quoting, "The benefits of practicing gratitude are nearly endless. People who regularly practice gratitude by taking time to notice and reflect upon the things they're thankful for experience more positive emotions, feel more alive, sleep better, express more compassion and kindness, and even have stronger immune systems. And gratitude doesn't need to be reserved only for momentous occasions. UC Davis psychologist Robert Emmons, author of Thanks, How the New Science of Gratitude Can Make You Happier, shows that keeping a gratitude journal can significantly increase well-being and life satisfaction. It continues, just one more little part of the quote. You think that just one of these findings is compelling enough to motivate and integrate into action. But if you're anything like me, this motivation lasts about 3 days until writing in my gratitude journal every evening loses out to watching stand-up comics on Netflix or maybe the World Series. I just added the World Series. That's end of quote. So, meanwhile, I have news for Robert Emmons. There's nothing new about gratitude. It's been a basic pillar of Judaism from the get-go. In fact, the very word Jew itself, Yehudi, is derived from Judah, Yehudah, which means thanksgiving. Of course, if we need further evidence, you can point to all the thankfulness prayers that we have that we're required to say every day, even beginning our waking, with the Modeh Ani Lefanecha, thank you. And we have lots more. We even have a prayer of thankfulness for the concept of thankfulness. So we've been doing this for a long time. But while I disagree with that point, I think he does have a point about forgetfulness. The human soul is incredibly resilient. Sometimes for good, sometimes not. I think we tend to revert to a mean. So how many incredible experiences have we had, each one of us, perhaps it is the Eretz Israel, maybe our wedding day, birth of our children, where we're touched and moved in such a special way, only to have that special spirit kind of dissipate over time as we get back into the road of everyday life. So that same reversion to the mean thankfully works the opposite way, allowing those who suffer tremendous pain to return to a functioning life. So personally, I've been trying to fight this reversion, not only by prayers. I've been happy that I say Modeh Ani Lefanecha as soon as I get up, things like that, but I've been trying to recall certain events in my life. And one of them I'm going to tell you about, a couple of them right now. The first one, don't repeat it to my daughter, she'll get mad at me. But my beautiful daughter Marissa, when she was about 1 year old, our housekeeper neglected to close the back door, and she stepped out behind my wife's car as she was backing out the driveway. Marissa was knocked over and under the car, but my wife ran over her. She knocked her over. My wife pulled down the driveway and looked up and saw her daughter flat on the driveway. By some incredible miracle, she ended up with some minor bruises and burns. And it's like mind-boggling how this happened. She was driving a Previa mini wagon, kind of that big car, and probably just a little space between the tires, the catalytic converter, and she just happened to be knocked straight down, didn't get up. I mean, I don't know if you can imagine, this thing happening. And I keep thinking, like, I should remember about it every single day. And I try to think about this every day. For many years, I kind of forgot about it, didn't forget about it, but it wasn't something I recalled all the time. Now I try to think about that, how fortunate I am to have her every single day. About 9 years ago, I was driving to Shul in the morning under the 610 underpass at Braeswood during the time I was staying cottage for my dad, and I got in an accident. Before I knew what was happening, I was spinning around in my car as the airbags inflated. If the collision had occurred about a second or two later, my car may have ended up smashing into one of the cement supports rather than in between them. And then I wonder about all the times I have avoided something bad or without realizing it. I don't know if I'm the only one here who has inadvertently run a stop sign or a red light and not realized it until after, as I was going through it. And then thank goodness nothing bad happened. I think of all the things that we don't know, like that, someplace that we weren't, that something happened, and things like that. And I think maybe one of the most famous examples of this avoidance is like 9/11, where people who would have been on one of the planes or who would have been in one of the World Trade Towers had a change in plans, had a doctor's appointment, had something which saved their lives inadvertently. So yes, I'm very grateful for those who stayed here, who showed up this evening to hear my words. Modeh ani l'ifnechem. I thank all of you. Let's do our best to count our blessings every single day, and one for the strokes.
All right,